Hey everybody, and welcome to TLS episode number 7. And we're here on a Saturday afternoon to bring you some interesting robot action here on the SRC simulator. I'm joined here by Daviato from 862.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you back. It's always nice to have different perspectives in the commentary booth for these guys. And yeah, I mean, if anybody else wants to jump in, maybe one or two people, we are wide open. But in the meantime, we do have an interesting matchup here that I know that specifically Cobby from the Pushbots was excited to see. So maybe that is going to be an entertaining matchup here. Good Vibes Only versus Pushbots. Thoughts here, Daviato?
Honestly, this is a really interesting matchup that I'm excited to see. As we can see, definitely in the scoreboard, even though their wins are a little separate apart, when you look at their total points, they're definitely really close together. So you might be able to see some interesting strategies coming into play.
Yeah, very true. Good Vibes Only heading into this. Definitely got to be the favorite. I think they showed really great promise versus We the North in their first matchup, but we'll see how they do against some of the higher level teams. And Pushbots is a much needed win for them to be considered, one of the top teams. So it's going to be interesting to see what does happen here in this matchup. So, as per usual, we try and get a little prediction going. And Daviato, do you have any thoughts on what a good prediction for chat might be?
It could honestly be points differential. Obviously, I personally know the results of the match. I don't know who does, but it might come down to who wins, or I guess the very close differential between the two teams within the matches. But honestly, it's a throw-up in the air here, so I would almost say who might take the series, or will this go into a tiebreaker?
Okay. Yeah, I think Good Vibes Only would probably be the strong favorite. They probably should 4-0. Why don't we do a prediction where we have a points differential and see if Pushbots can kind of get in that range. Let me think. So, Good Vibes Only, Jack, Codstar, Colin versus Julia, Cobby, and Tegan. I think like 100, 150 range is probably fair.
I think the Pushbots can manage 100.
Okay, let's go with 100. Can the Pushbots get within 100? All right, predictions in chat. Daviato, of course, you can vote. Put your power cells where your mouth is, or something like that. And we will get this one started soon.
Yeah, like always, if you know the results of the match, don't vote on it.
Absolutely.
Hate to lose power cells.
Tegan says, do not put your power cells in your mouth. But don't they power you up or something? That's the whole... This power cells, right? What did they actually score it into? I just know they're like upper and lower something. What's the official name of them? Oh, it's a power port. Your mouth could be a power port. I mean, it's a power port for your body.
I mean, it could, but the power cells are pretty big, so...
Yeah, I mean,
you'd have to have a pretty big mouth.
You eat stuff that are like that's like bigger than your mouth, though.
I mean, 7 inches is, yeah. Your power cell is going to be hard and might probably not sanitary either.
True. Probably not particularly tasty either. Most people saying yes. They have faith in Good Vibes Only, or not Good Vibes Only. They have faith in Pushbots.
Logan being the one lone voter on no with 20 power cells. But, you know, if it does happen, he gets a
He's
lot of
gonna get
power
a lot
cells.
of a lot of power cells for sure. Yeah. Only a few seconds left for your predictions to get in, so make sure you get those in. And it looks like the matchup will actually be 2v2. I just took a look at the thing, so maybe that would have changed some people's answers. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, everything is locked in. It's 3-1, heavy favorite for Pushbots getting within 100 points, and then just 30 power cells on the no here. And it should be interesting to see what these teams can do. I'm not exactly sure who is playing down a player or why they're playing 2v2, I think. But we will find out shortly. All right, match number 1. Jack and Colin versus Tegan and Cobb. Good vibes only in red. Pushbots in blue. Jack getting the good power cell management in the rendezvous. Tegan struggling a little bit more.
Oh, red takes it, kind of. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, good autonomous from red. Bad pop from Colin, however. Just Tegan cruises in and steals a couple power cells from behind, almost getting teched by Jack, but he wasn't fishing. He was just looking for the power cell cycling. And
yeah,
Clash... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Unfortunately, the Blue Alliance against the Red Alliance actually has the advantage in moving around because Cobb decided to go OG instead of Tiers.
Yeah, I was just about to talk about that. The clash between two different styles here. OG, ooh, Cobb getting bullied, stuck on the thing, and he's going to reset. But that will be perfectly fine. Going through the red trench, being really dangerous there, but he's not punished.
Jack almost getting teched out, but he manages to escape just by a little on the steal.
Yeah, red starting to run away with this one for sure. Over 100 points already. So not looking good for the majority yet.
Not quite sure what Colin was doing over by the blue power board, but he's back in the game shooting some power cells.
Yeah, lots of bumping in the middle of the zone. Cobby gonna go back to try and defend these power cells from Jack, and Jack is gonna try and find his way in. He's shooting a couple over to the other side.
So close to being teched.
Yeah, very close, but he's able to even get out without getting reset as we are in our final 25 seconds of the match.
Oh, and he does.
And there we go.
Gets another one.
Yeah, this time Cobby is there to punish the mistake from Jack. And what the heck is Colin doing? Okay.
Unfortunate match for whoever had to ref. They
that was a strategy. Definitely a strategy. So yeah, Colin deciding to go to climb on the Blue Alliance's bar. There's definitely going to be a lot of climb-D calls and stuff associated with that. And we're just going to look at the breakdown briefly while I try and calculate what needs to happen here, because there's definitely some changes. Man. All right, what did you see during that match, Daviato?
So, definitely, even though the Blue Alliance had the movement advantage, you could still see the Red Alliance was struggling. I'm sorry, the the Blue Alliance was struggling a lot getting all those power cells in, and that just really reflects in every aspect, even though they had an endgame score of 0 because of the Red Alliance. But, I mean, it would just come down to maybe changing the robot composition, even if they're not too comfortable, because we could see that the OG and Inertia quite working out too well for them, as they only got 70 power cells within the match, but you don't want to see a 30 power cell difference in a 2v2.
Yeah, that's a big gap, nearly 3, or probably around 3 cycles, so very impressive from them. Aside from maybe the end climb D, which is going to make some people happy, I think, as it's going to narrow the gap here. So looks like we have two tech fouls for Colin being fully in the zone and then touching robots. We're going to get a plus 65 for the actual climbs, which is going to be a plus 115. End result is going to be 411 red, 360 blue. So already, we're gonna pay out. Logan loses again through trolling.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, thank you. Well, you better thank Colin for that, because maybe he read the future. Maybe he knew that there was going to be a points differential.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna ruin everybody. Alrighty. Logan saying he wasn't in the zone at under 5. Yes, he was. At 3 seconds. He was 2 seconds, 1 second. He left at the very end. Okay. So, well, that was a entertaining first match, and with a unexpected way of how we got there, but expected result with Good Vibes Only taking the first W on the board.
The interesting question is, if Good Vibes Only keeps memeing, will the push bots kind of make a change in their strategy and maybe even take a possible match out of it?
Yeah, definitely possible. Okay, it looks like they're staying with the same 2 people on both sides. So I have no idea what's happening. Maybe only 4 people were available for this.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, let's just see what the Blue Alliance can do. Maybe a couple trip-ups in auto or tele-out, but hopefully they kind of learn what they need to do.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Wait, red 2, though. What is Colin doing?
Oh.
He must not be playing a... I think they're playing driver station view. I think both alliances are playing driver station view.
Yeah,
look at Cobby. Look at Cobby. This is definitely both driver station view. They are full memeing.
Jack, right now, the only person on the scoreboard, presumably, with...
Yeah, I mean, he's the auto-aiming. Yeah. Though Tegan has that, too. She has 3 points to her name. Colin making shots. Yeah, there's no way that this isn't a driver station view or something really... Yeah, it's got to be driver station view. Couldn't be anything else. Cobby missing a few shots, gonna readjust. Making some outers.
Oh, he gets it.
But Red Alliance, huge lead here.
Honestly, with this strategy, it comes down only to, hey, what the climb's going to look like, and penalties if they decide not to know which way to drive.
That's true. Penalties can definitely be a huge factor here. And Tegan going into the red trench. None of the Red Alliance robots anywhere near, though. Colin missing all of his shots. He's gonna go try and pick up some more. Tegan is really trying to get around the field. Cobby looks like he might be offline. Yep. So he's gonna have to readjust, but now he's good. No inners, though. But lots of outers for them. And, ooh, look at that tech. Bringing,
that might help him out.
Bringing Blue back into this match here. Tegan's confirming this is driver station. Yeah, I figured. This is what peak gameplay looks like? Absolutely. All right, here we go. Final 15 seconds. Climb's coming in. Can pushbots get a double climb? Cobby's ready. He might be climbing early. Jack with the climb D potentially here, as the Red Alliance will be climbing. Blue Alliance trying to climb as well, and up they go. Tegan making some shots, but it does look like Blue Alliance has this one. Or Red Alliance has this one, sorry.
Impressive that they could get the climbs, I know. They definitely experimented around with driving with driver station view, but both alliances impressively managed to pull it off.
So it looks like there will be a climb D call in this match, plus 15 to Blue Alliance and the pushbots. That's giving them the extra balance. And that won't change the outcome of the match. It's going to be 181 to whatever that number is. 126?
6, yeah.
Math. And that's probably our lowest score, lowest winning score in a very, very long time in an official event. 181. That is quite something.
Not too sure what can be said about that match. I mean, it could say that pushbots are getting closer in margin, but not maybe.
Very true. I mean, they technically did, so give them full credit there. Okay, match number 3, and Julia's on the field. So it looks like it was Good Vibes who was down a player. With missing Codster. And
yeah, this
they
is
might be
actually
3v2
really
here. Yeah. I think it might be a little bit hard here for Red Alliance. They could definitely maybe drop this. I think
it doesn't, yeah.
Jack has to play some lights out D. Team bump on the Blue Alliance. Julia is still going to find some shots off, and Autonomous is close, but the tech immediately by Cobb onto Jack. It's going to hurt Red Alliance here.
Interesting to note that Colin did, I mean, although he doesn't have the most amount of points in his team, he did really well in auto to try to bring his team up against a 3 Robot Alliance. Obviously, it's not going so well right now, but he could kind of bring this back with his Roboteers.
Yeah, Roboteers is definitely one of his strong suits. He's really shocked some people with that, I think. Climber block attempt here from Tegan. Not going to be too effective. Looks like it's just full cycling for the Red Alliance, and I'm not sure if that is Red Alliance's optimal strategy, as Jack now realizes he needs to play a little bit of defense. Bumps Julia very lightly there. Gonna delay a couple.
Whatever she can.
Ooh, so close to getting a tech there too, but she is good. Well played from Tegan. And Blue Alliance is ahead still here. Looking pretty strong.
Doesn't look like Red Alliance has the power cells even at the loading bay to get ahead. They just need to keep waiting for Blue Alliance to feed them, but soon hopefully they'll realize, oh wait, this is actually being a detriment to us.
Yeah, I mean, they need to get some steals off or something, because Colin is getting starved, and they're also down a climb as well, so they kind of need to be up heading into endgame, and this is looking really good for pushbots.
Unless they decide to completely flop climb. Not out of the question yet.
Very true. It can always happen, even to the best of us, so... Oh, there's a tech there. That's going to help Red Alliance a decent amount here. But Blue Alliance still looking pretty comfortable. Ooh, Julia going for this aggressive steal and is going to get out. Only a couple balls. Jack trying to go for the climb block on Tegan, but I don't think he has the circle for this. He does put the pressure on. 2 seconds left. Tegan going to miss the climb. And, oh! Blue still pulls it out. 467 to 474. Not a huge gap between here, just 7 points.
All the third robot can do, whether it be like better than the two or even worse, it just provides an extra robot for defense and cycling. And Red Alliance couldn't squeeze in there and try to get D, or they didn't even have enough power cells to complete enough cycles.
Yeah, and I gotta give props to Jack. He did get the climb block off on Tegan. Put the pressure on with like 2 seconds left. He wasn't able to get up, and that made the match a lot closer, but it wasn't quite enough in the end.
Am I doing math right, or wait? So it looks like they. So yeah, Blue Alliance just edged ahead in Teleop, and they lost. Yeah, they lost in Endgame. That's right.
Yep. They probably also did Wheel, is why they have extra points. Wheel is not shown on the breakdown. That's why it's like, wait a minute. They lost Endgame by 10 and won Teleop by 2. How did they win this match?
Yeah, I was about to say, something does not add up.
Yep, that do be why.
But nevertheless, impressive clutch from Julia stepping in. I don't know if that's for the Red Alliance, though.
Tegan is playing Roboteers. That is a choice. We're back to 2v2, though. Double Inertia versus Tears OG. When the Tears is not a Tears player.
Interesting they took Kabi out, though. I would think they would want to keep him in, but...
Yeah, my guess is he's played in every single match so far, so they wanted to give him a shot to play. Taking close shots. Just going to get a couple in the outer port. Good steal from Jack, and Tegan's going to try and pick up. Not doing the typical Tears pop strat.
Assuming just tried to get as many points as they could, but I guess Tears probably was not the best robot to choose. Maybe double OG was the option.
Yeah. They're definitely having fun with this series. We can definitely say that. Which is always what we like to see here at TLS.
Red Alliance doesn't have many power cells left at their loading bay as Tegan starts stealing some more.
Yeah. Blue Alliance starting to overfill a little bit on their side. Julia's going to go back and try and pick up those. Looks like Tegan is unaware of what the far shot hood angle is. Colin shooting at the trench. Looks like she's just going to play counter D now. We're not. Leave Julia alone. Oh, coming back in. The bait. The switch. Julia getting some shots off. Trying to get under get shots off under D. Getting bumped again. And disconnects.
Wow.
That is an interesting strategy. We'll see how it plays off. Probably not intentional. Oh, no, it was. Never mind. Coming back inertia. As one might say, that's a Giga Brain.
Reminds me of Graviton pushbot clutch.
Yeah. Wait, Kabi's joining. It's now a sudden 3v2. But he's AFK and he's gonna get teched. Oh, no. He came in to help, but he just ended up hurting. He's coming for the climbs,
maybe? Maybe get the 3. Yeah.
He is struggling. Okay, they're trying to get in. Lots of... Oh, my goodness. That is definitely not an ideal situation as the match ends.
Multiple counts of climb D.
So we had... Let me get this straight. We had a 2v2, which was Tears and OG, okay, versus double inertia. Then it became a 2v2 where it was Tears and inertia. Then it became a 3v2, which led into multiple counts of potential climb D, which led into a probable loss for the Blue Alliance. That was quite the match.
Yeah. Wondering what aspects of those were on purpose and which were unintended. But
my guess is that there was some. Most of it was on purpose. They definitely seem to be having some fun with this series. There's some reffing calls here. Plus 25 for a fully in robot. Plus 15 for balance, which is going to be a plus 40 for Red Alliance. Just cementing their lead even more from that climb D.
Surprised it's only 40. That.
Yeah,
impressive.
I mean, if you're not 50% in the zone, and looks like they got a perfect. Oh no, they didn't get a perfect. But they both got up, so that's why you see only a plus 15 for the end game portion of the call.
Yeah, and then blue end game did not go so hot despite having 3 robots.
Yeah, true.
Period.
3 robots, 2 parks. They didn't even get all the parks. That is not what you like to see if you're a Pushbot fan.
And that was match
4.
What match was that?
So we're coming up on match number 5 here.
Okay.
And we have a 3v2, except Tegan is on Pushbot and is extremely slow. Oh no. Got maximum weight to try and push around, but oh wait, they're logoing only. This is a logo only match. Okay. 2-3. Pushbots are actually winning. I mean, if Pushbots don't win with Pushbot on the field, then I mean, should they really be called the Pushbots, you know? So it's got to be in their wheelhouse. 1-pointers with the Pushbot on the field.
Tegan slowly playing defense.
Yeah, looks like she's going to be reset. So
and
none
Julia's
of these
got in the rhythm.
Yeah, trying to get in there, and Blue Alliance is ahead. Oh, Cobb just missing all of his shots. I would have liked to see him leave those for Julia. Julia's really on a roll there. Look at that. 4, 5, 6 out of 7, looks like. So pretty solid. Ooh, the tech could be very dangerous as Julia gets teched, and that is going to just shove Red Alliance up into the lead here. That is the last thing they needed.
They could push Tegan into the zone.
Yeah, they're trying. She's so heavy though with the settings that you can set with the every other robot other than an FRC robot. So coming into the final 54 seconds, lots of missed shots from Jack and Colin as they look to block out Tegan, and Tegan tries to block out them. Oh, a big flip, but flip back up.
Oh.
And a grab. Yeah, Waxton, nobody knows how to low goal, period, to be honest. Oh, Cobb missing all of his shots. Julia gonna come in, getting a little bit of a team bump, and Tegan getting dragged all the way into the trench. Gonna get another tech. And it's gonna come down to climbs here. 17 seconds left. Blue Line's still in this if they can get all 3 climbs, and maybe Red misses a few. But I'm not sure if Tegan knows how to climb with this robot. Oh, it looks like she does. Oh, there's lots of bumping in the midfield. Lots of climbs trying to come off. 2 seconds left, and that is going to be what looks like no climbs for Blue. Potentially some climb decalls, however.
Unfortunately for Blue Alliance, they didn't really get what they wanted through this match with the 2 techs, so...
Yeah, exactly. So it looks like the score will get plus 35 for Climb D on both sides. So no real change here. It's going to be 165 to 105 final score. And that is going to be it for this series. Good Vibes Only taking it 4-1 losing that one 3v2 match, which definitely is a tough one.
Always good to see the excitement though in the games, not just getting ready to get 4-0'd.
Yes, I appreciate when people you know, take things a little bit less seriously and have some fun with it, especially when it's gonna be a fairly strong blowout. You don't need to worry about it too much.
Unfortunately for Logan, none of the matches were really what he was hoping for in the predictions, although match one kind of just solidified that.
That's true. They were always within 100 points. Who would have thought? All right, so we're gonna get set up here for Alliance 4 versus Guitar Heroes. What are your thoughts here on these two teams, Alliance 4 and Guitar Heroes?
So, I mean, it's going to be probably more of a blowout kind of style match, but it's not to say that it would be too much because, I mean, with the placement right now with Guitar Heroes on the leaderboard, that might be a little misleading per se because, again, the push spots right now won against both the Benchwarmers and Graviton, so they're already up ahead, elevated from Guitar Heroes. So it might be an interesting matchup, especially if what we saw last match was kind of like the trying different game modes sort of thing that might come into play in this. And honestly, it would be more of a fun match if that happened. But overall, I think it's just going to be 4-0 if it's just taking the regular match.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, as some people like to meme, that Alliance 4 is one of those try-hard teams. Apparently anybody who's good is a try-hard team, so they're try-harding, so must be they must take this pretty seriously. They're going to want to farm the points as much as possible.
Gunning for We the North.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what about Guitar Heroes? I think I've seen them like improve a lot. Maybe the most improved team over the entire TLS so far. They put up some good fights versus some strong teams. I think they played against Good Vibes Only and almost won a couple matches or something like that. So definitely respectable for sure.
Yeah, I think Guitar Heroes, even if they do lose, they're going to try to get as many points as they can on the board, just so when it comes to those tiebreakers, they're not going to be behind. So excited to see what both alliances will do in terms of interacting with each other too. If it's going to be Alliance 4 is just kind of cycling on their own, trying to get as many points as they can, or they're just sending over Casey for defense.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see what they think will give them the best odds, so to say, in terms of point differential, if that is something that they're trying to prioritize here. As we get to look at these fantastic logos from both the teams, Alliance 4 and Guitar Heroes. But while we wait for everything to get set up here, what's your idea for a prediction here? So we think 4-0. What are some of the... We could do like an individual contribution one. That could be interesting.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to see... actually, it could even just be points of an alliance because I'm
Sure.
really interested to see how much they grind it. Alliance 4, 6... I want to say 600, but that seems too low.
Yeah, 600 is probably their normal range. I think 700 would be a really good match.
I think 700 is a good amount, or we could just do something with Guitar Heroes.
What about a Guitar Hero 600? That would be hype. I think they possibly could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that. So, we're going to do... This is the first one we've done of this kind. Is 600 too low? What have their scores been? Hang on, let me just not troll for a second. Let's see what they've
I think
scored. TLS, Guitar Heroes. They've broken 600. Never. Okay.
Good improvement curve, I think. Yeah.
They've been improving though. Their highest score is a 565. So definitely in that range. So yeah, I think this is a good one. Because they've been improving by several points every time.
Yeah, it all depends on the match, and the other alliance too, so let's just hope they can.
All right, prediction is up. I don't remember what happened. Can I vote? Unfortunately, no. Just optics-wise. Yeah, it's just not great. Even if you hypothetically don't know, and then you get it right, then it doesn't look too good. But yeah, 600. I honestly have been really impressed with Guitar Heroes. I think they've been improving a massive amount. We've seen when Ricardo has a good game, Guitar Heroes has a good game, and then Sam on the OG has really been developing her skills as an OG, really finding her own. And then the tiers of Mike has also been very strong as well. I'd say comparable to like a new player like Metal Jello as well. Been really impressed with them.
Yeah, I think they have the opportunity and they have the skills. It just really just depends on kind of pulling it off during the match, and maybe even recognizing, hey, we might not win this match, but we still want to try to get as many points as we can for the points differential.
Yeah.
You see a lot more power cells on the no side.
Understandable
that they won't. Yeah.
They haven't hit it yet, which, I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, you would bet on the history. But, you know, I think they have a good shot of doing this. And, you know, we've seen Alliance 4, especially Casey, has been susceptible to technical fouls. So all it takes is a few, and then you're in that range.
Yeah, and then also Ricardo, really good at defense and that counter D. So you could even make the argument that he is going to be watching out for those slip-ups and take advantage of them. And they're already, hold on, maths. I'm trying to figure out a fraction of the score. I can't remember math. But that's already a huge amount of the 600 that they might need to get.
Yeah, absolutely. No one having the faith as we look. Not no one. We do have one person with 11% of the power cells. Believes that Guitar Heroes will break it, so we will see. And yeah, we're gonna get started in just a second here. All right, match number 1. And it's actually going to be double inertia for Guitar Heroes. A little bit lower scoring option in favor of some more defensive maneuvers potentially here if Ricardo can really pop off in that regard. Doing a good job holding C up here. This Red Alliance comes ahead in autonomous. And after the first few shots, 167 to 117.
Yeah, Blue Alliance had a good start, but then they just kind of lost it. As you know, Red Alliance definitely has good holding on all of the team members on what they do during auto, and that definitely did not look good for the reset with Ricardo.
Yeah, ooh, but like I said, there's your trigger point there. Casey getting tacked, going too greedy for a steal, and is going to get punished immediately by the Guitar Heroes. They're really good at doing that kind of stuff. And so far, Sam hasn't really been affected, which is fantastic for this Alliance composition. Double inertia is all about making sure your OG can just shoot, you know, undefended all times.
Definitely, and that kind of wasted time too in the red power port area might not help the Blue Alliance as much.
Oh, maybe a tech. Yep, there's another
Oh,
tech on Casey. And another
oh,
tech.
okay.
3 techs. Wow. Casey is just handing out free points.
And going back over
Dar!
there.
100 points and fouls, by the way. As it's now a 13-point game. Blue Alliance back into this.
Yeah, it might come down to, I mean, Red Alliance might be just trying to focus on cycling a lot, but if the Red Alliance doesn't communicate each other, hey, there's someone coming up behind you, then that could be detrimental. And we can already see 50 or 40 points away from each other.
Yeah, so the magic number we're looking for is going to be 510 before they go for climbs. It's not going to be this match, I don't think. Unfortunately for the Blue Alliance to hit that 600, but it is going to be a fairly strong match as we see a little bit of team bumping here. Confusion, Ricardo coming in, and will they get the climbs up? Blue missing some climbs, Red potentially missing some climbs as well, but Red looks like they're coming out ahead here, 564 to 495, should that score stand.
Again, very impressive match from the Blue Alliance when it came on capitalizing their techs. There's only, like, they got almost every single one of them, and that is really impressive. It's not about scoring power cells in that aspect, but you can see the difference between them, especially the 30 power cell difference, but then you got 100 points for the Blue Alliance instead of that maybe 90 points you get from the power cells.
Yeah, and this score will stand, so we are going to see Alliance 4 going up 1-0, somewhat unsurprisingly, but we saw some really great things from Guitar Heroes, capitalizing on Casey's mistakes, and Dar also got teched as well, and not giving any techs in the Red Alliance's favor, so great stuff from them.
I'll be back in one moment. I just need to grab my phone that I left upstairs.
No problemo. And we're just going to get ready for the second match of the series of Alliance 4 versus Guitar Heroes. And off we go. Match number 2, same robot composition, same positions. They're going to run it back. And we're going to look to see Alliance 4 try and clean up their gameplay here, especially with Casey not getting teched repeatedly. It's going to be big for Alliance 4 if they want to be competing with the top teams, as this team is, I'm sure, no doubt, looking to do.
Yeah, but Dar getting the steal on the Blue Alliance loading bay does not help the point differential here if the Blue Alliance is even trying to kind of shorten the gap between it.
Yeah, of course, they definitely will be looking to do that. Even if they're not in the winning position, they're going to look to, keep it as close as possible. Casey nearly getting tech there by Sam. Really great move from Sam, baiting the tech potential. Doesn't pay off this time, but it can definitely pay off when the defender is too overzealous and really wants to get in your face. Oh, there we go. Another tech on Casey. He's going to get caught up in the middle of 3 Blue Alliance robots. And finding himself donating points to the Blue Alliance yet again.
Doesn't look like the Blue Alliance have enough to get to the 600-point margin, unfortunately, though.
Yeah, there's just a heavy defense coming in from Casey constantly. Despite the extra techs, it's still really hard to hit that 600. Climber going up from Casey. Climber blocking, I don't know who, but, never know when it might block a errant shot from going into the high goal, as Dar is being blocked out by Ricardo. So Ricardo's going to get reset. And Red Alliance is definitely running away with this one here.
Well, maybe trying to get, I think that's Casey, yep. but is not able to kind of pull him back. Casey being a little more careful this match, although not entirely careful.
Yeah, ooh, Dar getting caught up and dragged all the way over is going to get teched as well. Look at the Blue Alliance is just really capitalizing on the mistakes of Red Alliance. Both the first two matches doing a great job of getting those techs. Isn't going to be enough in the end, but a sub 100 point loss is nothing to be too sad about if you're Guitar Heroes when you're playing against potentially the best team in the league.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that their points went down. So the Red Alliance might be working a little harder, or power cells overall could have been a little less. But we can see instead of 100 penalty points, there's only been 50. So that might be something that the Blue Alliance needs to catch up on and say, okay, we're losing half of the amount of penalty score that we had from last time. So what do we do differently, or what do we try to capitalize on differently so that we can actually get this points back?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'd like to see a robot change here from Mike back onto the tiers to see if they can get that scoring power back. And then have, like, Ricardo's playing quite well, to be honest, and I think he can match up into Casey pretty decently. It's kind of, you know, he's doing quite well. So I'd like to see them go for a higher scoring potential alliance and see if that works better.
Yeah.
That being said, everything's staying the same for match number 3. Guitar Heroes feeling like that this is their best chance, and to be fair, they're not playing poorly.
Oh, they got more points than they did before, which is nice.
Yeah, good steals from both Sam and Dar as well. It's very close out of autonomous period as Ricardo's getting dragged around, almost getting decked by Casey, but is going to find his way out of the or off the bumpers. And look at this. This is a really close matchup early on here. 170 to 155, but Sam finding herself alone, but it's only a small bump, so not the end of the world. Oh, Ricardo getting tech, though. That's going to hurt the Blue Alliance's aspirations for this match.
Yeah, and Ricardo's one of the people who, you know, that's going to be very valuable for the Blue Alliance getting points. So that's not someone you really want to see getting teched and reset.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, if the previous series has been anything, yep, exactly. I was literally just going to say, if history has taught us anything, it's that Blue Alliance is going to get a tech on Casey. And what did they do? They got a tech back on Casey, which is going to bring them back into this match.
And Casey's still looking just like, hey, I want some of those power cells.
Yeah, super aggressive steals and defense, just always playing on the edge. And, you know, it's not a bad time to play on the edge against a team like this where you're comfortable with knowing that you're probably going to win the matchup. If you can kind of like learn some tendencies and figure out where that edge is, kind of develop your skills even more when it doesn't matter is beneficial for sure.
Yeah, they're going to have a little more trouble when it comes to the playoffs, and it's kind of like, oh, well, we don't have kind of the teams that are knocked out. They're the teams that might not be capitalizing as much or might not be able to actually use the capitalization of the penalties. But when it comes to fighting teams like, say, We the North or anything else, that might affect them.
Yeah, definitely could burn them in the end. And Ricardo disrupting Casey, looking for a climb block. Looks like Casey's going to go the long way around and going to find himself in the parking position as all alliances look to get all of their robots up off the ground and get another near or just under 100 point loss here for Guitar Heroes.
That is unfortunate for them, and it looks like they're kind of stuck at that 480 position.
Yep, exactly. Not quite reaching that 600 with so much defense for sure. And yeah, that score will stand, 571 to 479. As we're going to get ready for our fourth matchup and match point now for Alliance 4. If they can close out a clean 4-0, they'll be looking pretty happy about that one.
And I guess the people in Twitch chat, too, who voted no, they will also be pretty happy.
Absolutely. All right, so we do see the robot change now for Mike onto Tears, dropping a few balls. Sam really slow at the autonomous period, and that causes some major confusion, but there's a tech on Casey in the auton period. And that's going to bring Blue Alliance a little bit closer, but still a deficit after the confusion between Sam and Mike.
Interesting auto, to say the least. Not what we usually saw in the past 3 matches.
Yeah, but you got to give full credit there to Ricardo, really doing a great job of abusing Casey, knowing that he's going to go for those 2 power cells at the end of the trench. And look at this, another tech coming here for Casey, and he's going to get reset. And wow, 2 techs already. Casey just
and he's just
racking
still going
him
back.
up. Yeah. Ricardo really trying to neutralize Casey from doing anything, keeping that circle up, doing a great job, to be honest. Blocking him out, making sure that he can't affect, and then transitioning immediately into defense. So Casey's going to have to potentially do something here as now Ricardo gets reset, coming in, and is in just in time, and another tech on Casey. Look at this. One shot blocked, maybe potentially for Mike, but yeah, wow.
Oh, we could even get another one.
Oh, it's so close. Casey, though, finding Sam. Oh, no!
Oh.
Sam! Just baiting so hard. It's so strong. Ricardo looking a little lost, maybe. Sitting stationary. And, oh, he disconnected. So that's why he was sitting stationary. Back in the action, though. And back on Casey.
Going across.
Yeah, trying to really stop him from doing anything as Casey's going to raise Climber. Ricardo's found Dar, but Casey has found Mike, and Mike is just being blocked out, but Sam is there, doing a great job. 372, 304. More bumps. Dar playing D because there's no power cells to be found on the entire field for the Red Alliance.
There's so many power cells by the blue power port, too. Like, even though Casey's getting teched out, doing a really effective job at making sure that the Blue Alliance cannot get the sufficient amount of power cells.
Oh, Red Alliance,
the
their climbs. Oh, Dar did Dar make it up? Oh my goodness, he got hooked up at the end, but not sure. And it looks like Mike may have fallen off as well. We'll have to see. And yeah, it looks like the score will stand 475 to 439. Dar did not make it up. Only 2 climbs for Red Alliance. But a full 90 for Blue. And that was our closest match of the series, I think. 475 to 439.
Yeah, may have been a little memeing with Casey kind of at the end, too, with the techs. Not too completely sure, as it was kind of been a constant with Casey. But, I mean, good job to Guitar Heroes for trying to at least bring the margin down. And I think they knew they probably weren't going to win this entire series or even a match. But they still made sure that, you know what, we're going to capitalize on these mistakes. And we're going to make sure, just like, teach these guys a lesson. Don't really mess with us.
Yeah. No, they did a fantastic job, and you know, Guitar Heroes definitely has become one of those like lower range teams that you have to look out for some of the teams down there, like the French team, or maybe even Jet Black, something like that. Sad also has been you know, maybe not looking super dominant, so
yeah, we're
definitely
gonna see
good.
All the rankings just fall down, like, or I guess kind of fall apart during the playoffs.
Yeah,
be interesting.
You definitely want a good matchup though for the first round, especially if you can find yourself in a. You don't really want to be facing against the big 3, probably the Alliance 4, We the North, or the Specialists. If you can avoid those 3, you'd be good. Yeah, of course.
One
There's only
unlucky
one
team.
person that's gonna get that. All right, so we're just getting set up for another matchup here. French team versus We the North. It's going to be an interesting one. French team being, you know, very strong performer with Bacon kind of leading their alliance.
But yeah, as we see with We the North, very strong team still. And I probably Bacon, well, I guess definitely Bacon won't be able to outscore all of them, but it really comes down to Bacon's teammates, which I'm sorry, I'm kind of scrolling through the leaderboard right now. I'm sorry, Kachao and Maktar. Yeah, just having them kind of score a lot and even play defense that is proper so that, you know, Bacon can get all the scoring that he needs and make sure that like Logan, Cone, and Brennan don't really get as many points.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, We the North is the only undefeated team left, and you know, they took out Alliance 4. Their main matchup still left, where they could take a loss, is probably the Specialists, which is definitely possible there. Take a look at the team logo art done by the wonderful Kachao, finding herself on one side of this matchup with the French team against Cone. It's a bit of a rivalry in a light-hearted sense of it.
Yeah, let's just hope it doesn't show up in, you know, defense. We just want a clean match.
Yeah, no techs would be ideal from everybody. Everybody always wants no techs, unless it's for them.
And unless Cone or whoever else plays defense says, yeah, We the North is looking pretty set on when it comes to techs.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so once again, prediction making here as we think about stuff.
And this might be another differential too.
Yep, agreed. Complete prediction. Yes, they did not break 600, unfortunately. So congratulations to anybody who said that Guitar Heroes would not break 600. Get a few power cells in return.
Once
let's
again,
see.
Logan on the non-hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, he got it right, though, this time. It's a rarity for him. What do you think a fair gap is here, Daviato? What would you like to see?
I mean, with Bacon, I think it really comes down to like 200, 250. I would be worried about saying 250 to be like a too close prediction. Or I mean, like a really easy prediction, but maybe like 200 points.
Actually, just from looking at it, I will give people info. Let me just make sure I have this match.
That would be really important.
Awkward. Okay, yeah, I did. Here it is. I do actually believe that it's 2v2. So it is going to be 2v2, and Bacon is the missing player.
Okay, then so yeah, I might need to
important context. Yeah, so no Bacon, 2v2s. What's a good point differential here?
Oh, now I'm thinking 250 now. 250, 300.
Wow. Absolute dominance you're expecting. All right, let's go with 250. Does Les It Toils come within 250 points? Yes or no? Prediction is up, so make sure to check that out in the chat. As per usual, if you are in this match or have refed it, please don't vote. Jumping out immediately with the yes. Everybody's saying yes. We the North, not that scary. It's also 2v2s are a bit closer in points generally. Though, to be
but
fair,
it really, yeah.
there's no bacon.
Bacon is definitely an important aspect.
Nobody looking to pick up the odds right now for no.
You'd think that'd be a Logan thing, but...
Yeah, I mean, he normally would, but he's playing in the match, so he can't,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. He can't do that.
Logan quickly signs on to his alt account.
No one's gonna vote for 200 every game. I don't know. We may need to lower our prediction here just to make action happen on both sides here. Because it looks like nobody wants to take it.
Huh. Maybe like 150? I don't know.
Oh, somebody took it. 10 power cells on the other side. I don't know, actually.
Curtis.
Okay. C has the faith. He could get a massive ratio here. It's 69.5 to 1. Yep. All right. Wow. Somebody's got to take it, of course. You might as well send it, right?
Well, I think Curtis is hoping that no one else takes it then there, so...
Yeah. And
690 power cells.
Predictions have closed, so yeah, we're gonna get started here. And this is going to be a test immediately, as we see a double inertia composition from We the North versus Tears OG for red. Double inertia, definitely not the standard 2v2 composition. Maybe a little bit worse on scoring here.
You know, miracles could happen too. Or, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Whoa, long shots in auto from Maktar. And, wow, this is not looking great for Red Alliance, not gonna lie. 12 points scored in auto, now up to 20 to 108. We're already almost a 100-point gap in the first 15 seconds. And, looking good for C so far. "12 auto," says C. Yikes. Lots of long shots here coming from Maktar. Logan stealing out from behind Maktar. So we're seeing now over about a 150 gap.
Even without Cone, you know.
Yeah, absolute dominance here for We the North.
Now, was this like a voluntary choice to do 2v2, or was it?
Yeah, so because Bacon was unavailable / didn't show up, it was a 2v2 because of that. Logan trying to bait the tech there. Blue still has a lot of work to do, though, to get 250. They're at 150 gap, but we only got 1 minute left.
It all comes down to climbs, too, because maybe inertia climbs, I'm thinking, are going to be a little harder. No, I'm yes. Hold on, I'm getting the teams mixed up. Yes, inertia climbs are going to be a little bit harder.
Yeah, good long shots coming in here from Maktar, but we're almost 200 points here. So we're going to potentially need a climb fail. And Blue's really getting starved. So now 200 points nearly. Trying to get up there. We see Kachow going for some shots. Not going to help C's case. Long shots from Maktar. 5 seconds left. Climbs coming in. They're going to need some failed climbs on the Red Alliance. As Red Alliance goes up, Blue Alliance goes up. And that is going to crest 200, but not 250. So, close.
Very close.
And we're going to take a look at the ref calls potentially here to see if there was anything. And there is not. So we're gonna sit at that. I apologize, C. Yeah, it was 250. Okay, why don't we start another one that says 150 for the rest of them.
Yeah, I think the Red Alliance can definitely take this match and kind of say, okay, what went wrong? Because maybe auto didn't go so well, or maybe not maybe, but auto didn't go so well. So definitely getting their scores in check, and I believe fully in the Red Alliance's ability to do that. So I hope they're able to take down the people who predict no.
Yeah, so new prediction is up. 150 is the new benchmarker. So make sure you get on that. Does the French team come within 150 points for the rest of the matches? So this is any future matches. Still a yes there.
A lot of people got faith, which is nice.
Yeah, I like seeing the faith in the lower. 4 power cells on no. If you're just joining us, make sure you get in that prediction. I know it's a mid-series prediction, so it's weird. But take a look at the chat and see if you can earn some more power cells, because right now there's a really good spread for saying no.
Power cells are valuable currency right now.
Absolutely.
Worth like 10 Brennan brownie points per 100 power cells.
The conversion rate fluctuates. All right, we're getting ready for match number 2. We the North up 1-0. As the prediction has now closed. 2 people saying yes, 1 person saying no, so really good odds for the no person. And we're going to see Cone in this time.
Interesting to see how this will actually work out, too.
Yeah, definitely a little bit higher scoring potential here for the Blue Alliance with the OG.
I mean, don't undersell yourself, Brennan.
Nah, I mean, I definitely think Cone would normally outscore me on an inertia full cycling for sure. But we do see Maktar playing his more comfortable robot on inertia, so it might be a little bit harder this time.
Oh, but the Red Alliance has so many power cells in their loading bay that Blue Alliance is just able to just take advantage of that, unfortunately.
Yeah, Logan might get reset, though. No, he's going to make it out, actually, and... Oh, he texts Maktar. And, oh, he's looking like he's trying to abuse Maktar not resetting here. Look at this. Juggling the circles. Trying to get over to get another tech. That's going to be another tech on him, but he does fall off. So getting multiple techs out of that one play. It's going to propel Blue Alliance way ahead.
You know, Red Alliance can still try to get maybe advantage over techs, but it's going to be difficult. They just need to have faith.
Yeah, it's always going to be about for them trying to keep this gap as close as possible. Right now sitting about 200 points back, but if they can get a tech on Logan, he's going for those aggressive steals where he could potentially get abused if he's not careful.
Logan's just waiting for that.
Yeah, coming in right behind Kachow, getting a few and dodging out of there, looking for it. And he's not even going to use the intake for that one, just pushing the power cells out of the zone as quickly as possible. Doesn't even need to be in his robot because he knows he has possession. Second wheel up for Blue Alliance. We'll see if they do it with 13 seconds left. Logan going to try and do it, nudging it a little bit slowly.
Oh, Cone.
Looks like he might have got it.
Slowly putting power cells in. Will he? Oh, he looks like he is.
That climb's going up. And it is going to be 602 to 300. A 300-point gap, unofficially.
So yeah, we see a little more power. I think a little more power cells for the Red Alliance than last match, which is good. They're definitely trying to improve. It might have been because of defense, though, from the Blue Alliance, but let's just hope that, you know, they're kind of coming up with some more intricate strategies against the North.
Yeah, the other big thing, too, is Maktar was on his comfortable robot on the inertia instead of the tiers, so that might have contributed a decent amount, too. So, yeah, we are going to see a minus 25 for a forced tech foul on the Blue Alliance, so they're going to drop a couple points there, but still obviously a very strong win from them.
Yeah, that's not going to be good for them, but... Oh, Blue Alliance. I see. Never mind.
Yeah, Blue Alliance. It's not the end of the world. You know, when you win by 300, losing 25 is not exactly the make or break it point.
I mean, depending on what, maybe, like, if you have, like, a certain expectation for yourself, maybe, but...
Yeah, true. All right, gonna get ready for match number 3 here in just a second. We the North up 2-0. Looking for the clean sweep, and it's looking likely, especially without Bacon for the Red Alliance.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was kind of the captain for the Red Alliance right now, and unless Kachow or Maktar can kind of take initiative and maybe kind of get those high-scoring things, it's still going to kind of look kind of weary for them.
Double tiers versus double OG. This is interesting strategy. Especially when both the tiers on the Red Alliance are not well known for their tiers, but Cone does get teched by Kachow. But it is a 49 to 168 lead here early on, so lots of work to do here for Red Alliance if they want to kind of be in this.
Yeah, the auto did not look good for the Red Alliance, unfortunately, and the teleop, they're getting a little more with Kachow shooting all the way across the field.
Yeah, good steal teamwork there. Kachow just not resetting Brennan there, but Cone, oh no, Kachow getting flipped, and Cone is just going to come in and get a gigantic steal out from her flipped robot.
So many power cells in the red loading bay that just kind of seems like, oh, Blue Alliance is just going to come back and then take it.
Yeah, and we see that once again with Cone stealing a huge amount of power cells. Brennan's going to pick up a couple there from the Blue Alliance station, clearing that out.
And Chow was left with almost none except for having to pop it.
Yeah, and spilling some over to the Red Alliance side as Maktar gets teched by Cone. Not what you like to see. Brennan coming in behind, getting the steals from right behind Kachow. And Cone is also going to tag in, getting those steals. Just trying to wait for Kachow to get out of the way. Isn't ending up going for it. Oh, no. Loops back and grabs him. So we're coming to our final 18 seconds. Wheel being done by Cone, trying to get that final position. Brennan going to shoot off a couple before the last climb attempt. Missing them all, though, and the climb going up on the outside, barely hanging on. Not sure if that one counted. But good climb from the Red Alliance. 65 points looks like locked in there.
Impressive 315 from Cone, even if I think that was from one of the techs. But
yeah, I think he did get one, but you know, still, you know, very, very strong performance from him. Yeah, C saying close match, 186 to 604. That might have been the biggest gap we've had.
That unfortunately is not going to look well for them in the rankings either. Although they have a sufficient amount of wins, so they will not be knocked out into the bottom three.
Yeah, not yet at least. Of course, there's still many matches to play. And we are going to be playing match number 4 in just a second here.
So maybe not the best idea for Kachow and Maktar to go both tiers. Maybe they'll just try to practice on it, or maybe they'll actually try to get as many points as they can, because really when it comes down to the differential in especially wins versus the leaderboard, you're not really doing yourself a favor by getting a lot of those negative amounts.
Okay, well, Cone's just stealing through the Red Alliance trench, gets the tech on Maktar, and folks, we have a double push bot alliance. So it is a 3v2, but it is 2 push bots. And we'll see if Maktar and Kachow can do anything about this, as both Logan and Brennan are operating that push bot, trying to score those 1-pointers, as Cone is just unloading. Already a 100-point contribution.
Brennan and Logan attempting to get a lot of points in the lower.
Yep, lots of lower points, I guess. Logan doing great work there. Is the pushbot world record holder, as far as I know. And a tech on Maktar from Brennan, and there's a pop topper, but that is going to be hard to guard here, as Red Alliance could potentially steal that. Cone coming in to take whatever he can.
Maktar tries and does not really get that much.
Yeah, Brennan just keeps getting... Oh, there's a tech. That's unfortunate for Maktar. He's just trying to hold it, but he keeps popping the hopper, and that is not the best strategy for sure. He keeps trying to push them over to the corner. He drives over top of them. It's just... Oh, he popped it again! Oh, no! He's struggling.
In the communications, Cone probably not that impressed with Brennan's contributions with the loading bay right now. But nevertheless, Blue Alliance is still ahead.
Yeah. Trying to get some blocking off. trying to disrupt as much as they can. Now getting in the way of Kachow. Oh, blocking shots with the arm and disrupting Kachow's shots. Doing a great job there. 10 seconds left. Wheel going to be done here for Maktar. Just going to get them an extra few points, which is great for them. Blue Alliance triple climb. And Red trying to do the same thing, but Maktar not quite there in time. And that is going to be unfortunate for the Red Alliance.
Fortunately, that wheel took a little too much time for the Red Alliance, so they had to give up, but that's not the points they wanted to give up in that case.
Yep, but understandably a closer matches. And yeah, that score will stand. So another 4-0 on the day, this time in favor of We the North.
But we did not see the 150 point differential in any of those 3 matches, so...
Very true. So, C getting the big payday. As I get that up. Prediction. Oh, it wasn't even C. It was Sam. I'm trolling. Sam, congratulations.
Oh, that 41 times 4, what's that, 200? That's still impressive for betting 4 on it.
Yeah. Very decent. Alright, we're gonna get ready for the next matchup here, if I can find it.
They were saying, Maktar said in chat, we said not to count this one. And then they said game 5 is the best game.
That was game 5, Maktar. Yeah, so there was a miscommunication on game 4. Alright, so we are going to see the French team back in action here, this time versus Guitar Heroes, who, as I've mentioned, I've been super impressed with. They've definitely been improving.
Yeah, and I think this match, as we actually saw both of these today before, this is going to be much closer in their performance. And just to confirm, this is a 3v3 or a 2v2?
I think it may have been a 2v2 once again without Bacon. So that could really be devastating for the French team. But I will confirm. Oh yeah, Maktar saying it is a 2v2.
Same night. Oh, so it might be a little different if you're just taking a look at the rankings. But I mean, honestly, I still think that Maktar and Kachow can still try to replace Bacon, especially in this little easier match instead of against big teams like We the North.
We the North, for sure. Yeah, they definitely have a shot here. I think I'd have to give the edge to Guitar Heroes. And I might even favor Guitar Heroes in a 3v3, though. That one, unfortunately, we won't be able to see. Hopefully they, you know, ideally we'd like to see them play a 3v3, but unfortunately, Bacon was just unavailable, I guess.
There's a possibility, though, during playoffs. Hopefully Bacon will be able
This is true. This is true. It would be kind of difficult for both of them to advance or to play against each other, but it is possible. And where there's a will, there's a way, maybe. As we take a look at these teams' predictions for this, I think, I feel like they probably have to go Guitar Hero's way slightly, but I don't think it's going to be like a clean sweep or anything.
I don't know. I think it might be a 4-0, but I don't think it will be as like of a sweep as
brutal. Yeah. Okay, so prediction-wise, what are you thinking for this? What would be a fun one?
I think a lot of, I think would be fun is just seeing how many points these alliances can rack up. Maybe we'd have to choose one for that.
We could do like a total points over the series. That could be entertaining.
So like one alliance total points over the series.
Yeah, so let's look at the French team and see how much they scored here.
We probably want to look at the last match
In the 2v2, yeah. Let me just quickly do the math here. So they scored 1,011 points in the last matchup against We the North. So they're definitely going to score more than that, I think. And they were trolling a bit. So maybe, like,
1,250 maybe. That might be too low too.
1,250. Yeah, I mean, if it goes to another match, they're probably gonna not. Well,
Oh yeah, true.
Because if you play another match, then it's. Why don't we go? Let's go 1,500.
All right,
I'm gonna go
confident with that.
1,500. All right. Does yes. Let's go. All right, predictions in chat.
Love the answer selections. Very confident.
So will the French team break 1,500 points in the series? Yes or no? Or actually, hell yeah, or hell nah. 1,500 points is 5 matches of 300. Just to kind of give you a idea.
Or you could even say like 4 matches of 450.
True. Or maybe you think it's going to go the full seven matches, in which case you're looking real good if you think that they are going to.
So far, though, only one prediction because some of the other predictors can... Oh, well, we got a second one.
50-50. The 50-50.
Oh, 2,000. Wow, okay.
Big numbers coming down now.
I'm interested to see who that was. Hold on a second. Logan, wow. Logan has faith in Chow and Maktar in getting that kind of more than 4 matches, which is,
huge
impressive.
odds. Huge odds if you vote no right now. 2,200 versus 254. That's... See, really catching that. Oh, it's not 2,200 anymore. There's 10 more power cells. All right. So predictions are now closed. We're going to take a look at the match in just a second here. Alrighty, 2v2 starting now. French team versus Guitar Heroes in blue. And we're starting with Ricardo and Mike versus Maktar and Kachao. Maktar and Kachao probably gonna be playing all the matches. Blue Line's probably gonna be switching in and out.
Great job by the Red Alliance in auto, but they did leave a couple power cells near the blue loading bay, so that might come back to bite them.
Yeah, Blue Alliance unable to get the steal, however, which is great for the Red Alliance, as they're able to capitalize on getting as many power cells as they can. Ricardo coming in to bump Kachao. Kachao nearly getting the bait tech off, but yeah, Ricardo's going to be really interesting because he's a very strong defender in these matches, and especially for the predictors here. They may be happy to see that Ricardo is finding a lot of success here early on in this match, 105 to 121, as he's going to find himself reset. Kachao trying to get the close shots, but there's no defender. Now there is, but he's going to eventually get those in. 129 to 151, still fairly close matchup here.
Yeah, honestly, great risk play by Ricardo to play defense in this. Normally in a 2v2, especially if you're going against an evenly matched team, defense would be very risky, as you're kind of like, I'm just giving up my robot's points for maybe half of what I could score for them.
Yeah, and even beyond that, too, you can potentially get teched a lot easier when you're playing defense. So you may be even handing points to them.
And now we do not see a lot of power cell movement on the field, and that is definitely interesting because you could see before too, Kachao and Maktar definitely gave We the North the advantage with loading bay, but I mean, now it's just kind of like one or two robots max are shooting at a time, and no team can really capitalize on stealing as much.
Yeah, a lot less volume on one side of the field. There's a few power cells left that Mike is going to go grab now. Very good opportunistic steal there. Good field awareness. As we look for climbs here. So Red Alliance is stuck on each other. Going to try and slide over. And will they get up? Maybe one of them potentially here. And just going to quickly look at the ref breakdown for this matchup. Looks like score will stand, so French team sitting at 235 currently total.
Wow, I mean, it was definitely close, but I think it's interesting to note that, you know, Mike, very dangerous. He's sitting in his own world shooting power cells, gets up to a 230, and really that contributes a lot of the Blue Alliance's score, up to 80 power cells versus Red Alliance 58. So Ricardo also, not to undercredit him for his work, he definitely did a good job at defending the Red Alliance from kind of getting those power cells that they need to defeat. And right now, the Blue Alliance are looking ahead with a great strategy, while the Red Alliance might have to rethink of what they're trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Red Alliance, they had to give them credit. They did have a great autonomous period. They started up leading, but the defense from Ricardo just wreaking havoc on their side of the field, and really just like unlocked Mike to just kind of free score and really carry this Blue Alliance to a victory here in game one.
You never want to be on the receiving end of Ricardo's defense, that's for sure.
Absolutely, he's deadly. All right, looking for match number 2 here. As we're going to see Sam subbing for Ricardo. So no Ricardo this time, so maybe there's a little bit better defense ability here. But it looks like Kachao is swapped to the Inertia, so she's going to be able to shoot under D much more effectively.
That could even point to her to actually playing D2 if she finds that it's necessary, because, you know, Ricardo, great at pinning 2 people out and just making sure, even though if he gets reset, he's getting a lot more points than if he would score.
Yeah, and we see Mike getting into defensive posture around Maktar, and Kachao getting clogged up as well because of that. It's a great play there. Sam coming in undefended, guarded well by Mike. No Red Alliance member going to find a opportunity to get a bump off, and Blue Alliance has a 30-point lead early on here in match number 2. Sam coming over, unloading another hopper. Still no bumps coming in from the Red Alliance. I'd really like to see them try and capitalize on these openings that Sam has, because, of course, Sam has a significantly larger hopper than any inertia. So she's going to find some great scoring success potentially here.
And even if Maktar tries to take advantage of that steal, but he doesn't, and those power cells are just left for the Blue Alliance to take back, even though when both the Blue Alliance robots were still on their side, one being pinned out by Ka-Chow.
There's also an opportunity for him to bump Sam potentially there, but just wanted to secure the power cells that were on the Red Alliance side.
Yeah, sometimes it might be a little bit better to take some risks instead of trying to just play it safe and get power cells, because that's not always exactly what you want.
Yeah, especially when you're down. Blue Alliance is slowly creeping up with the larger and larger lead. Here we go. Here's a good steal from Maktar. Oh, Ka-Chow missing all of her shots, though. A little bit too close to that wall, and all of them not even going in the inner port. 19 seconds left. Wheel attempting from Ka-Chow, potentially, but it's not up, so she's just going to climb early. They did miss climbs pretty badly the first one, where Ka-Chow and Maktar were kind of just stuck on each other. Sam bumping into Ka-Chow, Maktar missing the bar, and wow, 377 to 262. Yeah, looks like none of the Red Alliance robots up. If we look at the score breakdown, only one blue making it up. Maybe a ref call there. Yep, looks like there was. So Red Alliance is going to get plus 50 for this match, and Blue Alliance is going to get plus 55. Climb D was assigned to both sides of the table.
Interesting to note that, and also for the Guitar Heroes, that actually without Ricardo even, they got more power cells, yet the margin, or I guess total points for the Red Alliance was almost the same. So they could take that into account if they're playing kind of a 2v2 strategically, but if they're just really playing to switch players out, I would completely understand if we saw Ricardo in again.
Yep. And for those of you who are tracking the French team's progression in total points, we are currently sitting at 547 points.
So they might need a little bit more and might need another match. So let's see what the Red Alliance can do to kind of get this. And, you know, I'm still hopeful in them. I still think they can pull it away.
Yeah, we've seen strong parts of their game. If they can really deal with that defense, and play a little bit of defense of their own, they can definitely be in this match. All right, match number 3 underway. Ka-Chow back on the OG. Sam back in with Ricardo. And close autonomous period, but it is going to go in favor of the Blue Alliance and Guitar Heroes early on here.
However, impressive auto by the Red Alliance.
Yeah, for sure. Very respectable from both sides. Ricardo getting a good steal off. Maktar holding up Sam really well here and also getting a steal. So back and forth between these two inertias, but Ricardo is back in time to block Maktar from potentially taking those power cells and scoring them, so he's forced to shoot them across the field.
Yeah, all these small detriments added up really comes to a cost, and that's kind of why we see the Red Alliance.
The tech just at the end too from Ka-Chow and Maktar working together. Great teamwork to capitalize on that mistake or positioning from Ricardo, and that brings him back into this match. Oh. Maktar going a little bit too deep on that that defense that time.
Yeah, it's all about a balance in this case, but unfortunately, they found where the balance kind of leads out into this is probably where you should not go.
All right, Ricardo getting almost reset there, but backs off of the pushing against Maktar, and Blue Lions once again with a fairly comfortable lead as Ricardo finds more avenues to steal. Interesting that it's been a lot less defensive now, and Ricardo switched to a stealing instead, getting a lot of opportunities there as he goes to do the wheel with 20 seconds left.
Oh, a little bit of jumble and climbs for Red Alliance. Can we see them climb up, though?
Blue also struggling a little bit here at the last possible second. I'm not sure if they made it up. The score definitely went up. And looking at the breakdown here, yes, Guitar Hero's getting a perfect climb there. Missed balance from the Red Alliance is going to hurt them a little bit there. 298 to 389. We'll see if there's any score adjustments required. And it looks like that score will stand. So match point for Guitar Heroes. Really finding their own here against the French team.
Yeah, this is where we're going to start being worried. Like, okay, well, we might have tried out different strategies, but not really many of them worked. So what do we got to do here? And, you know, part of it could be even just, you know, trying out a crazy new idea that they had. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you know, that's a good idea that, hey, we might not be going in the right direction.
So, yeah, the French team currently sitting at 845 points towards that 1,500 benchmark. You got to say they definitely need a win here in order for the people who are voting yes that they would break 1,500 over this series. Because I don't think they're scoring, what is that, 800 points? Or 750-ish in one match in a 2v2.
I mean, if they do, Bacon just jumps in, props to them, but...
Yeah, true. All right, game number 4 coming at you in just a second here. And here we go. Ricardo and Mike together this time. Kachow and Maktar staying the same composition. They think that this is their best shot here. And Ricardo on OG actually this time.
Yeah, Kachow had a little bit of trouble getting the power cells out during auto, and that kind of led to a detriment of 88, I think it was to 86 in auto, but then the Blue Lions pulled ahead with the extra power cells that they had.
Oh, Maktar caught on Mike. This is not looking good. Mike unable to get the tech, but lands on Kachow is Maktar, disrupting her shooting.
We're trying to stop Mike from kind of getting to the loading bay, or it looks like Mike is doing the opposite. Not too sure what Mike is doing in this situation, but nevertheless slowing both the robots down.
Yeah, and while that was happening too, Ricardo was able to get a good steal off from the Red Alliance side of the loading station. So good teamwork there, communicating potentially there to make sure, hey, you're clear, you can go for a steal and not get caught out or punished for it. So looking good for them. Maktar in the mix of things, trying to get around Mike. He's gonna get reset. And Mike unloading a huge volley is a steal coming in, but Kachow's here and is not able to punish. Dang. very close. Maktar holding Ricardo the whole distance, trying to slow down the blue lines any way he can. As Kachao
Fortunately,
lines
that
up
might
for
have been
shots.
the tech that they wanted to kind of boost them forward, but alas, they were not able to receive it.
Yeah, they really need a win here, and Blue Alliance just looking super confident here with the gameplay, and is just not giving Blue Alliance or Red Alliance much of an opportunity to kind of come back into this match. So we look for climbs. 8 seconds left. A few more shots coming from Maktar. Blue Alliance already climbed, trying to secure this, and looks like that will be all she wrote for this series. It looks like the final score, yep, gonna confirm it, is gonna be 410 to 329 with a win here for Guitar Heroes 4-0. And unfortunately, that means that the French team did not break 1500. So unfortunate for anybody who was predicting that.
Yeah, Bacon not arriving there definitely did not do well. And, that might even do a lot to affect the scores overall.
Yeah, that'll be updated in just a second here. So if we look at the previous standings, Guitar Heroes in 9th, French team in 6th. And French team shouldn't move down, but Guitar Heroes move up into 8th, which is great for them. They're finding themselves in a playoff position, just edging out Pushbots by that points tiebreaker, nearly or about 900 points ahead in gap.
Pushbot's going to have an interesting dilemma when it comes to the last few matches. How are we going to try to get ourselves back into 8th place? Maybe push Guitar Heroes out and get ourselves in position, because even though they might not do so terribly well in the playoffs, it's still good to be in there. It's kind of like, hey, we made it.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll put up the rankings so you guys can see, though. But yeah, only one undefeated team left. We the North still sitting at a perfect 6-6. Alliance 4 sitting in 2nd place as they did defeat the Specialists. But the Specialists have an upcoming match versus We the North, which can really throw a wrench into the plans of all the top 3 alliances currently. Good Vibes Only sitting in 4th. Just losing the tiebreaker right now to the Specialists. Sad 5th. French team in 6th. Jet Black 7th. Guitar Heroes 8th. Jet Black is down several matches. They haven't played all of them yet, so not really reflecting their true level potentially here.
Definitely. And I mean, something interesting to note about these rankings and how these future matches affects them is that with the I guess, kind of recent introduction of the no subs rule, we're going to see a lot different play style when it comes to these 2v2 matches that we are also seeing way more frequently. So it's definitely good for alliances to kind of think about availability and like kind of controlling it, even though they can't too much. But we could definitely see, especially with Chara Mactao, that loss of Bacon definitely hurt them when they could have been able to beat Guitar Heroes.
Yeah, and that may give them a harder matchup in the bracket, because they were fighting for that 5th spot, who's going to be playing against potentially weaker teams. So they might hurt them a little bit, but for Sad and Jet Black, the other teams competing for that spot, they're going to be happy as one more competitor just kind of isn't in the game anymore potentially here.
Although with practice, miracles can happen, and
that's true.
I guess a lot of the improvement we've seen with Guitar Heroes too, we could see the same among some of the other teams that are not doing so well right now, even if they don't get inside the playoffs. Like, it's still impressive to say at the end of the season that, we're doing way better off than we were at the beginning.
Absolutely, and that's really the goal of TLS, is to develop those relationships between your teammates and really develop that kind of chemistry and have that camaraderie, win or lose, and get better as a team, as a unit, and try things as a unit. You know, I think we've seen a lot of the top teams try, and the bottom teams, like every team I think tries different compositions, tries different robots. They have a little bit more of an ability to try new things when you're in a team that can kind of support that.
And it's definitely interesting to note too, like, you know, these. I think I've stated this before too, but like, it's not like you're just meeting these people up once and saying, "Hey, how are you? Okay, here's what I like, and here's what you like." It's more of kind of saying, "Okay, we've been together for 5, 6 weeks now, and we're gonna come up with this super duper awesome strategy that maybe even just is built towards or against one alliance." And
Yeah.
still, it's very, yeah, human nature tells us to kind of evolve and develop, which that's what TLS promotes.
Yeah, I mean, always the teams that are trying new things and experimenting and getting better are the teams that I love to watch, and that's why, you know, Graviton has been my favorite team from the start. Is you know, there's a lot of members there that I think work well together and can develop their skills together, and I'm really cheering for you guys. I want you guys to get a match win. I'm so you guys have a you're so close. You've been so close so many times. So many times.
Yeah, but even it's not to even just put out to the big teams like We the North, and you have matches like the Specialists. Like, these rankings reflect them next to each other, especially the blowout ones. So when you get to a point where they start matching each other, those are going to be almost as exciting as kind of like the comeback matches, because you're just seeing, okay, these are the best of the best players in, I guess, the world of the XRC simulator,
Yeah.
and we're going to fight off even bigger with more strategy.
I'm gonna be really interested too to see, like, especially with at the higher end, if when these teams rematch against each other, you know, I would not be surprised to see We the North play again. Well, I mean, everybody's gonna have a rematch, but when you rematch against somebody, what kind of adaptations can you do? Because you can go back and watch the videos and see what you messed up, see what the opponents were doing, see how you can improve your game, maybe find some weaknesses in their game, and really develop a fancy strategy, especially in eliminations, to try and specifically counter one team and you know, cause some issues for them.
Yeah, and even you could even see scrimmages between potential teams that, you know, maybe say Jet Black and Specialist. You know, like, we really want to take down We the North. You want to scrimmage and kind of practice each other. Like,
Yeah,
you don't really get to simulate these in regular competitions.
for sure. And compare notes. Say, hey, I noticed that you know, Brendan screws this thing up all the time. So if you can make him do that, then, you know, he'll mess it up, or, you know, you get a little bit of an edge there, and that can really be the difference maker in some of these matches, especially at the higher end.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, personally, or using a lot of adjectives here, but personally, I'm excited to see the outcome of really every match in the playoffs and the final few, because that's just where it comes down to. These might be the last or second to last times we see these teams play, and this is where the development kind of leads up to.
Yeah, for sure. And we're also having it's semi-confirmed, a gauntlet for the 3 teams that don't make playoffs. So we're gonna have 11 versus 10, and then the winner of that will play versus 9. So that'll be exciting as well for those teams as they look to, you know, have some close matches at the lower end. And honestly, those ones can be the most entertaining because you don't know what's going to happen. There's so many techs that are happening, missed climbs. It can be really exciting and not super predictable.
Yeah, and honestly, depending on the date and time of everything, it's really just kind of a good practice thing to say for the higher teams to say, okay, this is something that we might want to capitalize on, even if it's not something that specific alliance is going to do in the playoffs. But, you know, this is what common alliances do.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so that is going to do it for us for today. TLS episode number 7 in the books. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We do actually have dates for the next TLS, and it is actually going to be tomorrow because we are on the grind for getting these matches out to you, as we have quite the catalog of stuff. And I will tell you exactly what time it is tomorrow. We are going to be live at 5:30 p.m. EST. And hopefully you guys will tune in and hang out with us for TLS Episode 8 then, because it's going to be another great one. Looking at the teams that we're going to be seeing, we're going to be Alliance 4 versus Jet Black. That's going to be a big one. We're going to start off with that one. North v Sad, also huge. Vibes versus Specialist. Wow, these are bangers. And then probably closing it out with the Graviton versus Alliance 4. Maybe a bit of a blowout at the end, but we'll see how Graviton can deal with another one of the top teams in the league.
Yeah, but definitely something exciting to tune into. So make sure notifications and follows, or whatever Twitch things were called.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here for the bets, said Maktar. Absolutely, we'll have all the bets, so you can get lots of power cells on the thing. Maybe we'll get like some massive reward for something you can do with your power cells. But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in, and as always, you guys are super awesome. We will see you tomorrow at 5:30 for the next installment of TLS. Have a good night, guys.